All right, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Diamond Hands Trading Channel. My name's BarneyXBT. Today we're going to be doing the weekly open alpha series. Today is January 31st. The weekly close was yesterday. I've always been doing these videos on Tuesdays just so we can map out Monday's range and we can plan for the rest of the week. So there's been pretty strong growth. If you guys watched last week's video, every weekly close, the past three have just been up only. The run started right around 17.1 when we flipped this mid-range that we've been in for 2 months. Right here around 16.8. Had that really strong close attacking the previous mid-range that we had been in since June. Came up towards the top and we were having our first down week, it seems, because we pumped into the weekly close on Sunday evening. If every guy remembers, we went up to like 23 point, like almost 24K. And yeah, if you've been watching the previous videos, that's kind of been the plan all along, was to attack this level, 24.2, 24.3 roughly. And that's the top of the previous range I was talking about that you just seen when we were on the weekly there. Let's go down to a daily real quick. Yeah, so these highs, 24.3, roughly around there. You can just see rejection, rejection. And this final one here where I wicked above and then had an inverted hammer and closed below. And it was down only after that. So I was predicting that we would hit that level. But we came pretty close, and now we'll see. We have a very volatile week ahead of us, I think, especially with the FOMC meeting. I haven't mapped out Monday's range yet, but I still have last week's Monday's range, which was like these two candles here, like from a high of 23.2 to a low around 22.5, and you can see we're still respecting that range. So that one's still valid in my opinion. You can just see how we kind of like, went to go sweep the highs here. Hold on one second. Let me get my brush. So we had originally made this high, but it wicked all the way back down. So we pretty much just went for those stop losses. And, then we just collapsed all the way back down to the bottom of the range. And made our way back up to the top again. And now a rejection and retesting the midline. So, like I've been saying, especially if you go to the main page of this channel and look at the how to day trade video, I go over the process of trading the range, which is just going from, we're going to short the top or take profit if we're in a long. We're going to take partial profit. So say if we did go short at the top, we take partial profits at the midline because we didn't really know. You see how it wicked into it 3 times. And then you can still hold it or add it back on when it makes its way up. And you take full profit when it hits the bottom of the range. Then, if you would like, and you feel confident, you can then go long at this level and be targeting the top of the range. It's just kind of like, A, B, C scenario. And then eventually, you're going to be looking for a breakout of the range. So this technically was a breakout, but it just didn't last very long and it came back in. You know what I mean? So if you had first seen this, you could have went long in this area and then I would have personally been wanting to take profit at these highs and really targeting the 24.3K level. We didn't quite get there. So we're kind of dumping on this current 4-hour right now. I'm noticing we're at 22.8, right at the mid-range of last week's range. We could check our daily. And technically, this is the new Monday's range. If we were to delete that one, I don't really want to because it's still valid. Let's see. This was yesterday's candle. Pretty wide, the 22.5. But now the high of the range is like 23.8. So let's look down on a 2-hour of that now. Yeah, so if I delete that old one, this is the new one. So really we're just at the mid-range and have rejected, right? So usually That's why I always say if you were to go long, you take partial profits at mid-range because it can run back on you, as it is currently. I think we're going to be, am I bullish going into the rest of the week? I'm simply just playing the range, guys. I suggest you do the same. I wouldn't be getting like too bullish at this point in time. You know, we've pumped a lot. I know I've said that even at like 20K, 21K as well. But now it's even more valid. Like we've pumped. I don't think we're in a new bull market. I think we're just experiencing a bear market rally. So keep that in mind. Just play the price action. It doesn't matter whether price action is bullish or bearish. You always have a plan because you watch these videos. And now you're learning your own strategy and you're going to stick to that strategy and risk management. Okay, so that's Monday's range for Bitcoin. We're going 23.8 to the same low as last week, 22.5 roughly. And yeah, so I'd be looking to go long. Maybe it comes back down and sweeps these lows, and for like a little reclaim, we would go long. If it starts rejecting the bottom of the range, I apologize, I got my dog in the background. Let's say we had a breakout though, where price comes back down, it closes below the range, and then rejects it, then I would want to go short here instead, because now this range is kind of invalidated until we do see sort of a reclaim, right? And then we can consider going long again. Really, I think the best possibility for a long would be that 21.4 if we were to get it. If we get some volatility with the FOMC meeting, we had a quick just dump. Just pretty quickly. It happens fast. It's just liquidations. Then I would want to maybe be looking at low time frame for a scalp. I'd probably be looking at the 5-minute and seeing how price action comes down. I'd be looking for that 21.4 for a long if I can get it. But right now, we're still in the range. 22.5 has been defended over and over again all last week. And now yesterday as well for Monday. And so yeah, 22.5 is the level to watch for longs until proven otherwise. So that's Bitcoin. We're going to go into Ethereum next. We're going to look at the weekly. So Ethereum hasn't been doing as well as it's been around the same. I thought we would have been higher, like at least targeted this 1730 level so far, which was like the bear market when it first started in June. When we had that weekly close below it, that level had been defended for like a year and a half, and like that was the lowest it had gone. But check the daily now. So I still have last week's range as well. I personally was saying that I'm bullish on Ethereum until I see like a high time frame close below like this 1500 level. So that means 4-hour, 12-hour. You definitely don't want to really see a daily and so on. So the range for last week was 1650 to 1580. And we just kept wicking above and below. And I don't really like this current daily candle, like that it made its way all the way up to 1600 and now could potentially close below that range. So it's essentially rejecting it, you know what I mean? So yeah, let's have a look at the 4-hour. So that's last week's, as you can see, had a little sweep. It's a little bit more volatile in Bitcoin, not as easy to play that range because just kind of came down here and then a little kind of a reclaim like I drew for Bitcoin, sweeps those lows, comes, hits it once, hits it twice, takes off for the top of the range, and then, short the top, take profit at the bottom. It's just that simple. This could potentially be on this 4-hour a reclaim if I see it, the 4-hour close above 1580, which would also be the same time that the daily candle closes, because that's in about 2 hours. So same thing for Ethereum. I am targeting this 1729 level. I would love to get a long, like I want to see these lows get taken out, like a nice liquidation candle that wicks back up And then I would want to like get along there with invalidation below that wick. So it just kind of takes patience. You don't want to just jump into it. Say it dumps a little bit, you know, maybe it wasn't strong enough. Sometimes you just want to be very patient with that. Look at low time frame. When I say that, I mean like the 5 minute, the 15 minute, even the 1 minute in some cases, to make sure, you know, that it doesn't look like it's going to dump lower. So we don't want to be knife catching. We want to be like longing the reclaim. Right? That's Bitcoin. That's Ethereum. Next, I'm going to go into our top picks for the week. DYDX is obviously one of them. It's been pumping ridiculously. I can't believe it was at $1 only a month ago. This is where I was originally like interested in it, around like $1. I was interested at $1.20 because that was like the neckline, and then we made a new all-time low and we went below that. I was like, oh shit! But we quickly reclaimed that in the beginning of January, and this past week we've made a really strong up. It's up 100%. Let's see, I can just tell right here. So 150, we're at $3. So we took out these highs, bullish. We want to see a daily close above that, and it looks pretty possible at this moment. So let's see. Next, we got SOLANA. Same thing, Monday's range is still playing out for last week. And we're kind of at the bottom of it right now. So technically, this is actually a long opportunity. You could go long here. Keep your stop loss maybe below these wicks. We're going to be targeting the top of the range there. And you would take profit at mid and take full profit at the top, and then potentially flip short, depending on whether we see a breakout or not. So yeah, that's SOLANA, DYDX, and one more for the fellas. Let's just see one that's one of our top gainers today. Nothing really, to be honest. I've been looking at Atom a lot, but this is kind of like too volatile for me. You know, A, B, C, D. You don't really know. This is a high time frame downtrend that I have. Let's go to the weekly. So I have that from September of these highs to like here, and it looks like we're flipping it currently on the weekly. So that's a bullish sign. I would definitely recommend buying spot, or looking at low time frame and trying to get a long here. Like we just hit it, I guess, earlier today or last night, where it wicked below twice that downtrend and then pumped. So all you gotta do is go in high time frame, draw that yourself, and then make your trading strategy from that. But yeah, that's it, guys. I think I've covered a good bit. I want to make these short and sweet. Make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. I appreciate that, and I'll see you next week.